Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I wrote, produced, directed, and edited New Medication. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the film, give kind of a director's commentary on it. I've never done anything like this, but I thought it might be interesting. I'll obviously be spoiling the whole film, so please watch it if you haven't already. The link is in the description below. So it usually doesn't work out this way, but this first shot that we did was actually the first shot of the film. But I got really lucky with this location. So a friend of mine had shot here the year previous, and I contacted the owner, and he just let us use it for the whole night. So we came in right when they closed at like 10 or 11, and we just shot the whole night through, and he didn't charge me a cent, which still blows me away that that happened. It's also probably the hardest scene because of the amount of extras. The problem was that this was a weekday, and I think we started shooting around midnight or something, so most people could not do that. But luckily, I think we had just enough to where it felt like the right amount of people. A few people even got reused. The bartender is like also sitting at the bar in another shot. And the basic lighting setup for it was just like this really soft overhead, which allowed us to not really have to change lighting much between all of their shots because it was pretty similar. As a part of the film, there's lots of like hidden clues and things, so I might point out a few of them here. Sam is actually getting paid by a guy in the background during the starting scene. But since we haven't introduced his character yet, you don't really know to be looking for that or anything. So for the second scene, it was just a sidewalk downtown. I basically one night just walked around like all downtown at night looking for what looked like an interesting sidewalk to shoot on. For the lighting, we had Dan next to them with two Astera lights and a silk in front of those, but he would be kind of like twisting the Asteras back and forth to try and match them going in and out of these pools of light from the street lamps. Because actually, I'm pretty sure the street lamps ended where you see them in this shot, but we kind of wanted to make it seem like there were still street lamps overhead. I think this detail is a little bit more obvious, but there's a guy back here taking pictures of them as they walk.
Okay, ready?
Oh, acting time.
Speed? I thought we shut down these roads, but...
Cut.
Frick, I almost got him sneezing. Yeah!
Oh,
Sneeze for
send me
us.
that. Send me that footage. I need to show it to my doctor.
Oh my god.
I held that for so long. My eyes were like, I was watering up.
I was like, is he okay?
Right before doing that scene, we got this drone shot of the city so that there's still some light out, but all of the street lights and everything were on.
I crashed my drone.
Behind the scenes.
I lost it. I lost it in the sky. I'll never see it again. No. Pan up. Pan.
So a majority of this film was shot in my apartment, this apartment, which I mainly did just so that I would know the space and I could really plan out the shots and scenes that I wanted to do. And like a few of the later scenes would have been really hard to do if it wasn't my apartment. So I wanted to have this montage just to show time passing of her taking these pills.
Hey!
You get the baggie?
Same pills, Jared?
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
Just do a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Oh, there's some giggling.
It's him.
No, it's not! You're laughing!
They're giggly boys in here. I'll just take my shirt off and run around in the parking lot then.
Okay, quiet on side.
Do you ever sing in the shower? You could do some singing.
Sing the Mario theme song.
Yeah, just sing whatever you know. There is a security camera up here, which is usually something you don't have in your house. Also, this one's more just for fun. I put this baby doll here because it was a prop from the last short film I did, Hubert. So that was just a fun little Easter egg for anyone who had already watched that film. One definite plus to shooting in my own house is that it's not that hard to make it look lived in since I'm living in it. So a lot of these paintings and flowers and decorations are already stuff we had on the wall. I did order this painting off Amazon just because I thought it carried the tone of the film pretty well. Buying props sometimes really can be a little heartbreaking when you're filming because like I bought these specific medical books to have on the table and then they're really hardly shown in the film. Something you just gotta live with sometimes.
That's the bitch you chose to open it to.
What is it?
It is
The anus.
so,
That's
yeah.
Thankfully, this whole graph thing is not super in focus.
Right there.
Right there.
And action. Okay.
Hey guys.
That's an autistic one. Just for you.
Is it ever in focus? It's just like blur. It's like you're keeping a constant blur on her.
Oh, yeah, I saw you were getting low.
Whoa.
Nailed it!
Look good.
Nailed it! I did good. You guys did alright.
Probably not the smartest move, but I just like planned for this working without like actually trying to make sure that this effect was possible before shooting. I might have been able to figure it out, but I'm not that good with VFX, so thankfully one of my old roommates, Bruce, who also colored the film, did the VFX for this. I wanted the character to just like stop in the middle of the road, but obviously that's not very easy to do unless you like shut down a road, which I don't have the money to do. But I figured out a pretty easy solution, which was to shoot in this location, which you can see right here in the first shot that there are parking spaces right alongside the road. So we just pulled up a little forward where there are a bunch of open parking spaces, and then would just have her drive like a second and brake to make it look like she is just braking in the middle of the road. So I don't know if you noticed, but this the faceless girl is also played by Sadie. Another fairly obvious detail here in the sink. There's definitely multiple ways to interpret the film, but one of them being that he is poisoning her in some way with the medication that is kind of symbolized by him giving her this black ink, or her seeing it as this black ink instead of water. Filmed this pill bottle scene later after everyone had left. I did this by just like holding a light, mimicking what the sun would do through a window. I would just kind of take the light and raise it up. So that's how I created this kind of like shadow time-lapse look. So for this scene, we actually filmed this shot of Allie FaceTiming her first. She was actually sitting right there on the couch, just with my iPad, actually FaceTiming. We went through the whole thing, but then I ended up really liking just sticking to this wide of Sadie in the dark.
Okay, wait, let's just do that with the soap then.
Yeah.
Were you trying
Sorry, I didn't.
Quiet on set.
Quiet, please, guys.
And action. The opposite of food you eat when you're sick.
Whatever. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
That is like the opposite of Chinese food you eat when you're sick.
Sorry. That's like the opposite of Chinese food. Actually, no. Said to me if you want.
Bye, Allie, everyone.
Bye,
Allie.
Bye,
Everyone.
I still have like boxes full of all these little candles. Maybe they'll get used on another film someday. Again, this is just Sadie turning around. For this shot, I was like kind of surprised at myself that I didn't think of this. So first we did this shot and he was just laying there, and then Luke, the DP for the film, was like, maybe he should sit up. And it was just kind of one of those like duh moments. Like the scene, you play it in your head so many times that it becomes real in your head and it's hard to change it. You just get so locked into it. So that's why I really love having other people on set that are, you know, very creative as well, and will come up with ideas and say, why don't we try this? And if you get a few great ideas like that, it obviously can make the film so much better.
Sorry. Jeez. I was like...
Hubs. Unreal. Wait, did you actually fall asleep?
Nope.
For this scene, you probably can tell that it is the same room as the one I am currently in. All the pictures behind me are like pictures or video stills or things that I've taken throughout the years. But if you take out the pictures, it's just this black piece of like cardboard that comes with the picture frame. So this is one of those scenes where it would be impossible to do if it wasn't my own house. I wrote this scene around this room, knowing that I had all these picture frames and the ability to do this. But I probably would have had to pay a lot of money for someone to let me put this many nails in their wall. A little funny Easter egg is I put my wife's name as one of the women emailing him. So another little background detail here is obviously that he is in the doorway. So Hub wasn't here this day, so this is actually James, the sound guy. So this shot here is one of the shots that I had in my mind for a long time when coming up with this film. It was probably the shot that I was looking forward to most. So we first filmed this shot of Sadie leaving. So we had the camera set on the slider. And so then we put all these pictures in their frames. Tried to not move anything, although we definitely did move some stuff if I remember right. I think we moved the chair and the mouse, and somehow the blinds got even moved. So later Bruce had to go through and kind of roto a lot of the stuff to make it not move around. So once we had the pictures in, it was on a motion control slider, so it could just hit a button and it would just go through it. And all these creepy pictures of Sadie I actually took the first time I met her.
Oh!
Oh yeah, I filmed that. I did that one with Bree after you guys left.
I'm shook.
Goodness.
What is that? What?
Okay.
Wow. Ooh.
So another little fun tidbit here is at the start of the film, the other guy at the bar is called Reggie.
Miss Reggie talking about.
And then here we see Project Head is also named Reggie.
It's all. Everything's different. There's not even a computer in here. Everything's.
Your speed is good, but you slow it way down, you're thinking through it.
Cool.
So just every line, really think about what you're about to say before you say it, because you're trying to process this and talk, listen to what she's saying.
There's not even a computer in here.
I just want to do one more, just looking. So hang up the phone, look, and just around the room a little more. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Did you want to go wider? Y'all can do it again.
Yeah. To make sure
it
matches together. Ready, go.
Yeah, action. Well, y'all went up top last time, so.
Ouch. That actually was hard, man. Ow!
So I'd say this is the most important scene in the film, it being the last scene. Everything's kind of building to this moment. I'd say we went through the whole thing at least 10 or 11 times. As you can see here in this BTS footage, we lit it using Asterolites, going through silk and some more diffusion to give it that really soft light on her face, kind of backlit them both with a blinking red light. And that way you're thinking is just kind of some stop sign light or something. There's also this pathway, so we put one of our own lights back here to kind of give some more depth to this area.
Doing a little filming here. We got these negatives blocking out the ambient light because street lights are ugly. Kind of putting some Asteras.
Try for another take, big boss.
All right, big boss.
I'm ready.
And action.
Yeah, that's what you take the medication for. Have you been seeing things again?
This is another thing where I just went around downtown looking at all the different parking garages, and then I got in contact with the lady who's in charge of the tourism department of our city, asked permission to film here. Okay.
Actually,
you can kind of move a little bit.
I don't know where it is.
If you want to, during the scene, if you want to take a step back or something. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah.
This is gonna be so hard to get my eyes.
Jared's getting a little a bit of an attitude.
So this is Isaac, who was taking a lot of the BTS footage, and he actually also scored the film. BTS guy leaves his camera for 2 seconds to go get Starbucks. He also scored my last short film, Hubert, and I think it really makes a big difference just being able to dial in exactly what you want. It really changes the whole film and makes it feel much more intentional and purposeful, I think. Another person is Michael, who did the sound for the film. James did the production audio, and then Michael did post audio. We filmed all of this the week before everything shut down from COVID.
They just had the first newborn confirmed with coronavirus.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Throughout the filming process, I wasn't really watching the news or anything because I was just so focused on this. Stuff happened super fast that week. So when we started, it really didn't seem like COVID was that big of a deal. And by the end of it, everyone was like, yeah, tomorrow they're going to shut all restaurants down. A lot of people helped out in this, and it's one of the things I really love about filmmaking is just like all the different voices and opinions that, you know, get put into the final product and really help make it better. So I'm just like super thankful that I have so many really talented people that I'm friends with and can help me with projects like this.
Discussing the pros and cons of almond milk.
Almond
I've
milk is amazing.
actually never had almond milk.
I'm here to please.
Whoa. Create the perfect frame here.
Alright, where are we eating it? Sadie, which one?
That's tough.
Thinking most fun, Taco Bell. Am I thinking smartest decision? No.
Probably not.
The Invisible Man. Recently, we've been using this muslin. It's really great for bouncing. What up?
This whole film is a dating show where I pick two people to go out on a date to Applebee's.
This is crazy.
But yeah, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching this, and thank you for watching the film. I'd love to hear any feedback you have on the film, or whether those are good or negative. I'd love to hear them in the comments below, or if you want to message me. I'm in the process of submitting it to festivals now, so we'll see what happens with that. Currently working on a few other short film projects, so if you want to stay updated with those, please follow me on Instagram or YouTube. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.